To the movies?
I would love to go to the movies. And I always turn off my phone when I go to the movies.
What do you...
Oh,
I was warming them up.
All right, now what do we do with these?
Yes, I love when you bring props.
See, look at this. Who is this?
All right.
It's the Amazing Spider-Man. That's right. He's back in the sequel.
Oh, you know how to do that.
Oh, guess what? You can poke the eyes out too.
My mother warned me about that. You'll poke your eye out. But here we are doing it.
Here, let me do it for you. Put it on. I'll get you like the Three Stooges.
All right,
there we go. Okay, so
good.
Spider-Man is back. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Let's check it out. Roll the clip.
You know what it is I love about being Spider-Man? Everything.
We have plans for you, Peter Parker. You wanted to be the hero.
Need a hand?
Now you gotta pay the price.
Hey, so this is a lot of fun. Andrew Garfield is the Amazing Spider-Man. That's right, they change Spider-Man out every like 10 years or so. But he's there, and he stars in it. Andrew Garfield does with his real-life girlfriend, Emma Stone. We've got some great villains in it. And the thing that's sort of cool about this is it follows the comic book episode exactly. So those who know about the story will see exactly what they think they're going to see. Other folks are going to be very surprised about it. But I tell you, it is a lot of fun. And they shot this thing in New York City. It was the biggest production outdoor movie ever shot in New York City. So I talked to Emma Stone what it was like to shoot the movie with all these people standing around all the time, like being in the middle of a fishbowl, you know?
Sometimes it's a little bit like you feel like you're in a fishbowl because there's people behind barricades just watching the scene happen. Yeah. You're wondering like what parts of it they're picking up because they're at a certain distance, what they can hear. Yeah. But for the most part, it doesn't really feel that way. It just feels like you're part of the city in a way that Spider-Man is really meant to be.
Yeah, because the little snippets can look ridiculous sometimes. You know,
exactly.
And
this out of context might look a little bit bizarre.
And to know Andrew so well, to be familiar with him, so how much easier does it make this? Or does it make it a little more complicated in some ways?
I think, I think this whole, I mean, I knew everybody so much better after the first movie, Mark and Andrew and you know, Matt Tolmack, the producer, and Avi, we all kind of knew each other and had become sort of a family. So it was really nice to all be back together again.
It was fun to see it too. I had a great time with it.
Good.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
So what do you think of Spidey's outfit, huh?
It looks nice.
This is what I'm wondering. Is it because just I'm getting older now? I think they're both going to play those roles really well, but they seem so young to be doing that.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah, that's a bad sign.
Maybe it's just because I'm getting older, and you know, they're both younger than me, and
that's a bad sign.
You know what?
Seem young.
I really think they made this particular Spider-Man for a younger audience also. You can tell by watching it, there's a lot of funny things in it. Like, well, Jamie Foxx is in it, so that you wouldn't think he would be with a younger audience, but I talked to him and Dane DeHaan, he plays the other villain, and we talked a little bit about just what you're talking about. Check it out.
And you know what's interesting about this too is like I was thinking, you know me, we've done interviews for years, you know.
Years.
That kid is seeing me for the first time.
Yeah.
As Electro or as Max. So that's a good feeling to see that you're reaching out and touching a whole different demographics and a new audience.
It sure is. That's a great point. And what's it like to walk onto a set of a movie like this kind of movie, a superhero movie versus like other movies you've done?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, this is only the biggest movie I've done by like $150 million. So it's just exactly the same. No, it's like, it's crazy, you know, it's the production of it, but also it can be a great asset because you have all this time and you have all these resources, and I feel like you could come up with anything you need in a scene in like in 5 minutes is in your hand, you know, it's just insane.
You like the way our editor, John Ackerman, puts all the behind-the-scenes stuff in there? It sort of gives you a feel for what, you know, what it's like to be on the set. And the thing about it was New York City was on the set every day for this movie.
See, what I was noticing, how many people does Jamie Foxx say to, you know me, man, we talk all the time.
I know.
That was nice.
I like that guy. He's a great guy. And just think of all the great things he's done. You know, he did The Soloist. That's where he played the musician that was, you know, the Cleveland-based story.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then Ray. I mean, he's done so many great things. I think he's great. Andrew Garfield, we're going to talk about him a little bit now. Spider-Man. So when they played Spider-Man this time, they played it in a more like fun, comical kind of way. So he talked about that a little bit.
There's a physical comedy note in this one that I don't think has always been there.
No, this was a thought. You know, we have so much source material we get to spring off of, and the filmmakers and myself, we really dug deep and went back into what does Spider-Man mean to us? Well, who's the Spider-Man we want to see? And we went to all the old comic panels and the acrobatics and the physical agility and I thought, well, how you know what? Like, he's a trickster character. He's trying to have fun, not just with what he's saying, but he's going to exploit his physical ability as well. And he's going to, and I've loved Charlie Chaplin and Bugs Bunny and Buster Keaton for so long.
Yeah, you can see it. It goes way beyond just being able to do wild stunts.
Yeah.
There's a communication through the physicality.
Yeah. And there's a playfulness, and I think that's important, and that's what young kids respond to as well. Yeah. You know, not just a guy kicking and punching, but a guy that's doing it in a way that's like kind of subversive.
That was the 9-year-old in me going, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
to see
for
you
coming.
again. Yeah.
So what do you think? You think you'd like to see this movie?
I think so. It looks like it'd be fun. A lot of action. That's all I
I think
need.
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's gonna be a great
The
movie.
movie was over, and a 9-year-old kid comes running out of the theater. I was in the lobby already. And he goes like, "It's the best movie I ever saw." And so I felt a little weird. I don't know this little kid. I go, "How old are you, kid?" He goes, "I'm 9." He just loved it. Hey, one last time. Here it goes. Spider-Man to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 opens tomorrow.
Yes.